Start recording?
Yep.
All right, YouTube, good morning. It's Labor Day. We have Jack with us today. You remember Jack from our little ride to go get pancakes. What you may not know, on the way walking the mile back from Denny's, where we kind of burned off some of the fat, Jack actually talked me into retiring early. No, almost. He strongly encouraged me to do something I was already thinking about. This morning I got a message from Jack. What did it say? Happy Labor Day, enjoy your day off. Which I replied back, hey Jack, you talked me into retirement. Every day is my day off. And that's when I found out he wasn't down in Florida where I thought he was, that he was here in Columbus. So we're going flying today. And it's Labor Day, so everything's going to be crowded. But that's okay. We're going to walk over to the state park. It's Rocky Fork State Park. They have a big lake there. And I'm going to walk over there and see if there's some place that I can fish. Because when I don't have Rick with me and I can't move the canoe, I have to fish alone, and that means standing on the banks, and I'm trying to find places that are interesting to do that at. Then we're going to proceed on down south to Portsmouth to the fine restaurant down there and have lunch, and from there probably head home. So that's the plan. We're waiting on the oil. We won't be waiting long. It's 89 degrees, warm outside. It's 81 degrees outside, so it's going to get on up there right quick. And we'll just talk to you at the end of the runway before we take off. I think? Oh yeah, okay. Okay, run up complete. And we're on tower frequency. We got the canopy latched. Everything's good. Would you agree?
Yep.
Oh, good. All right, we don't want to tell them, okay. Full tower, experimental 284 Delta Golf, ready for takeoff, runway 22 at Alpha 1, departing VFR southbound.
Experimental 4 Delta Golf, Fulton Tower, runway 22, clear for takeoff, southbound departure.
Clear for takeoff, 22 to the south, 4 Delta Golf. I'm surprised more people not flying today. Maybe it's early, I don't know.
Yeah.
Such a great day for it. Well, family plans.
Yeah, plus, I mean, it's hot, maybe that one, I mean.
Yeah, it's going to be hotter.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning. Oops. Get in the air. There we go. Yeah, very little wind. Good day for like a hot air balloon, I would think.
Yeah, I just saw that sack, I mean, it's almost down.
Yeah, hardly any wind.
Yeah.
Gonna be a sticky one. Oh, they haven't even finished the house and are putting up a big barn. People moved in there. See that little ring there on the back of the yard? They do rodeos about 2 or 3 times a year now.
Yeah.
Some people moved in there and they built all those barns. They got horses, cows, chickens, and they do rodeos.
Yeah.
And they even have live music. It's like this is the 4th year. The first couple years, the live music was weird. It was kind of like Mexican Oompa Loompa, you know, kind of Mexican and German mixed together. And now they're doing just kind of more cover rock, things like that. They do it on Sundays. And of course, it's facing right at our house, so we can hear it. We've never gone over for the rodeo.
And the rodeo, I mean, what they do, just horses?
Yeah, I would think. I would think. Unless they might bring animals in, but they do have horses, but they don't keep any bulls there. They just keep horses. So they may bring animals in. I don't know. It'd probably be interesting to do. I'll try it sometime. It's right down the street. Hardly any reason not to, really.
I mean, what, to ride the wild horse or what?
No, I mean to go watch the rodeo.
Oh, what's the
hell no, I'm not gonna ride in the rodeo. Yep.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, no bumps today.
So, and YouTube is probably wondering why I haven't been flying. Because it's been kind of sporadic, but I was trying to deal with that propeller thing. I was waiting for a part that I never got, so I finally just went ahead and did the inspection, which is kind of finicky because it changes the pitch of the propeller blades, and you got to do all that adjusting and all that, which is kind of, I was hoping to just put a new part on it, and I only have to do that once, but I'll do it again at annual. It's no big deal. But a lot of time, you know, the wife, when she decided that, you know, we need a bigger camper, she was all aboard, and fortunately I've been looking at campers for a long, long time. I mean, the whole 2 years we had the little one, I was looking at bigger ones. Knew we were going to outgrow it. The whole point of the little one was to not have to buy that Durango until we needed it. You know, to sure we were going to use it. And what kept happening with the small camper is every time we got in it, it felt like it was made out of wool, and I left it sitting out in the rain. I mean, it was smaller, more crowded every time we got in it. So she finally had enough, said, let's go ahead and get the big one, we're ready.
What about those dogs? I mean, you still.
That's the whole point. I mean, without the dogs, the two of us were okay in the camper, but with the dogs,
I can't believe that.
it was very crowded. And, you know, it's like if you wanted to open the door to let them out, nobody could use the bathroom door. You're stuck in, you know, it's just a very small, it was a very well-designed floor plan for the size of the camper. It was perfect for 2 people. But 2 people with 75-pound dogs, 150 pounds worth of dogs, it wasn't working out that well. So we got something a little bit bigger. It has a big slide out, so it's got a lot of room on the floor for the dogs. We'll be able to get around them. You know, everything's just that little bit bigger that'll make it a little more comfortable, and the Durango will pull it comfortably. Yeah, so it was, but she was ready to go, and she had been watching this Going RV show, and she learned a lot about what people look for in campers and what we would probably want to look for in campers. And the way that show works, it's very formulaic. It's the same every time. They'll ask, it's always a husband and wife, and they'll ask them each, what is the most important thing for you? And the guy is always an outdoor TV or an outdoor kitchen, which I didn't care about. The wife was always about, you know, what this thing, a washer and dryer or whatever. So I asked her, I said, what is it, you know, what would be your thing? And she says, king-size bed with nightstands. Hard to find in a travel trailer, even if you're pulling it with a Durango. So I finally found that the Keystone Cougar had that. And what I wanted was build quality. You know, you look at those pass-through areas, the storage areas, you see the floors are made out of that Luan, I think it's just a fancy word for balsa wood. I wanted welded aluminum, and, you know, the thing was going to last and not be falling apart. And that's what I found. And I found it up in Delaware, so it's not even that far to go. But like I said, they had the last year's model, and the New Year's model has so much more stuff. You know, we could have gotten a real deal on the 18. But it wasn't really a full-size King. It had the build quality, but there were things they were doing that just made it easier to work with. So we'll pick that up in early to mid-October, and we'll do a couple short trips. I think the first night I'll do what I did in the little camper, is just stay on it in the driveway and make sure I've got everything I need to get through the night. Then we'll probably take it out to my dad's farm, spend a night or 2 out there to make sure we can do stuff remotely. And then maybe one more trip down to Deer Creek or Highland County, where we're heading right now, for a few nights and see how that goes. Then we can start ranging out, you know, starting to take the longer trips. By that time, you're into November, when it's starting to get cold anyway, and we're going to be looking for warmer weather, which may or may not be Florida. I mean, there's always Alabama, there's Mississippi, there's other places you can go to get below the freeze line. But I figure with the, you know, now we don't have to board the dogs. They're right there with us. And we're typically staying in state parks where you don't have pet restrictions, and you have a 2-week limit. I think we could spend, you know, most of November just traveling around, maybe come back for December and then do it again in January. That's what I'm planning on. And then we could go ahead and get the info for Highland County. We're going to listen to 123.05. Oh, that might not work for me. Let's see what we can get on that. 123, yeah, that'll work. 0.05. I got to do that. There we go. That's all set. We'll listen to that.
Runway 23, Highland.
And there's somebody landing there. Good.
Highland County traffic, Cherokee 9015 Whiskey is 5 miles to the west port, inbound to land 23. We're looking for the other traffic, Highland County.
I have you in sight. You're about 500 below. Why don't you go ahead and head in
I'm not
there?
clear on why there's a whole bunch of planes flying into Highland County today.
Highland County.
I hope it's not so
Roger, 1 Charlie, thank you, sir.
Your camera with you?
I use the phone now. That big camera is a big camera, and it's clunky to carry around. And mostly what I'm doing now is videos. And an iPhone photo will fit right into a video quite well. It doesn't need to be that 5, 8, 10 megapixel, whatever it is. I'm simplifying for, you know, now if I'm going to Oshkosh, I bring my big camera. If I'm going to the Rocky
Highland County
Mountains, I
traffic,
bring my
Cherokee
big camera.
9015 Whiskey, final for 23, Highland County.
Okay, that's the second one landing.
Highland County, sir.
Are you going to be going to Oshkosh?
Downwind 423, Highland County.
There's everybody landing down there.
Are you going to be going to Oshkosh?
I went in July this year.
Oh, it was in July.
And I only go every 3rd year or so. And I only went 2 days, and it wore me out. It took me 3 days to get over it.
Oh, really?
It's all the walking, just the walking. I don't walk enough anymore. I've become very sedentary. So it just kills my back. I mean, of course, I was walking like 12 miles a day, which I ought to be able to do.
Whiskey is 8 miles to the east. Be inbound for 28, Elford.
Okay, that's not Highland County. I was starting to think everybody in Ohio is going to Highland County today.
Oh, that's a beautiful view.
Only 3 boats on 4 boats on all of Deer Creek. It must just be too early in the day. Or Monday is head home day, go back to work day. I don't know. But we got 8 minutes to go. I'm going to stay up here until we see what the airport looks like, because if there's no place to park, we don't want to land.
23 Island, full stop.
There's another one landing at Highland. Something's got to be going on. So we're probably just going to divert to Portsmouth, which is fine. I can come down here anytime, and you know, I got the fishing pole in the back anytime I want to bring it. It's only about this big. I bought it for the kayak and the canoe.
Yeah, I got a kayak too, and I go out in the ocean, but sometimes, I mean, it could be pretty rough. I mean,
Yeah.
I flipped it already one time because
Right.
I couldn't get anchor out.
Yeah. I mean, I found that what I do now, if I take my kayak to a lake, I take it to a lake with a horsepower limitation. Because what you get on someplace, I think it's like Alum Creek, where they have no horsepower limit. You got these guys with 300 horsepower, nowhere to go but up and north, up and north. And when that wake hits me, it's really extreme. So I just stay off of the lakes. I mean, I don't know how you do it on the ocean. You would be able to do it on mine. I think it's too narrow.
No, mine is pretty wide,
Yeah.
number one, and it's sit on top.
Oh, okay. So you're top heavy anyway.
Other than that, I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
too dangerous.
Yep.
I mean, you flip it, you're getting full with water. Now you have to pump it out. I mean,
Yeah, and you're still in that surf. And, yeah.
Right.
No, I don't. Ocean kayaking, totally not for me. But I built mine. I don't know if you know that.
really.
Yeah, it's in the hangar. It's hiding behind that canoe. I'll show it to you. It's like, I think it's like 17 feet long. It's a touring canoe, kayak, and it's made out of like teak and mahogany, really, really thin,
Right.
and then fiberglass on top. It's just an absolutely beautiful boat. And it's really good on the reservoirs because it just paddles so easy. It's hard to turn. So I don't take it down the river very often because there's a lot of tight turns, and it's, you know, with that extra 5 feet, it's harder to turn. So if the water's really fast, I won't do it. If the water's slow, I can do it.
Yeah, no, that kayak is pretty nice. I mean, you're sitting, you can flip it. I mean, and you can bring it back. I mean, just flip it again. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, it's the right boat for the right job, right? I just wanted to build something. I want to build something now.
Well, what do you want to build?
I don't know. What do you do after an airplane? Right? Time machine, maybe. I don't know. If I could get the flux capacitor, I'd be all set. You know, those are hard to come by. So they call it a tugboat because it's just kind of shaped that way. But it's a power boat, right? He's getting away from sail and
Power
out.
boat, yeah. It doesn't have like he has a mast now 60 feet high.
I saw you up there. Yeah, that had to have been crazy. I can't believe it. I could never do that. I have a recently developed fear of heights now. I didn't used to, but I've discovered a fear of heights. I could not do that.
Same thing with me. I mean, I don't feel comfortable, but I mean, they figured out you have to do it, and I said, why me? I mean, I said, you're the lightest guy. I mean, you guys came up with that stuff. I mean, lightest guy. Said, oh, well, we're going to bring you a manual. It's in a manual. It does says, I mean, lightest guy's supposed to go up.
It's a rule. It's a rule of the ocean. Yeah, well, that's why I don't go. That was my problem in the Air Force. I was always the smallest guy, and I worked on reconnaissance jets. So all the cameras were up in the nose bay of the F4. Well, to crawl up in there and work on them, they always wanted the small guy to do that because there's just not a lot of room up there. And it was miserable in the summer. I mean, it was just a sauna in the summer. Everything was cold in the winter, so everybody suffered in the winter. But yeah. Being the small guy is like being like the computer guy, come fix my computer, or the guy that has a pickup truck, come haul stuff for me. You know, it's one of those defining traits that people like to take advantage of. At least I'm not alone. Now I know Jack he's got the same problem.
Yeah, same thing with the computers now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not so good in computers, but I guess a lot better than majority. So, hey, Jack, look at the computer. Yeah, why not? I mean,
I never forgave the neighbor that had me over to his house on a Sunday afternoon like this, working on his computer for 2 hours, while he's sitting behind me drinking Killian's Red. Never offered me one.
really.
So I'm like, all right, fine, be that way. But, you know, a few months later, he bought a chipper shredder. You know, what I call a Hoffa machine because, you know, Hoffa, that's where Jimmy Hoffa ended up. People don't know that. I said, can I borrow that for a little bit? He says, yeah, I'll rent it to you. Well, you what?
I was, guys invited me to go on a glider. Oh, I was getting so sick.
Oh, really? I like gliders.
Yeah, but I mean, we were...
Oh, circles. Looking for the... Yeah.
Runway 23.
And I was complaining in the beginning. I mean, what, guys, I mean, just make sure you guys got a good thermals. I mean, and they called me, yeah, and I'm on the motorcycle. They're over there. I rode my motorcycle. And I got so sick, and guys said, why you can't just keep airplane flying, Jack? What's the problem with you?
And I don't see a lot of airplanes on the ground. I'm not sure why they had this sudden rush of airplanes. They're leaving again. I don't know if gas must be cheap or something, which is fine because we need it. The other thing I can do while we're here, well, I guess I can use Google Satellite View to get a picture of the lake, but I could also take a picture from up here. Doesn't look like the campground's completely full. All right, I'm going to manually fly here for a second. Here, you want some angle on that? There you go. Okay. Looks like there's places to park. It's not like an air show. Okay. Yeah, there's at least 2 parking spots. There's only 2 airplanes on the ground
Highland
still.
County, Stinson
One's by
952
gas.
taking the active 23 Highland.
It's almost like they just came here for gas. I mean, there's a little Piper Cub looking thing down there. And a plane on the ramp. All right, well, we'll do this. Okay, we'll circle back. Now watch these departures. I don't want to get in their way. We'll go back off to the east here a little bit, come back in.
Okay.
By a pattern. We're at the departure's going that way. We're good on him.
Okay.
And the
I
yellow
see
one,
him, yeah.
The other one probably go the same way, but we're gonna be far enough away from him.
Line.com traffic, wind 776.
Pattern altitude here, I probably ought to look that up. 1677, we'll call that 1700.
Highland County traffic, XMemoral 284 Delta Golf is 2 miles east inbound for a 45-degree left downwind entry to 23 Highland County.
3-2 from this side, 2-3 from the other side. And that guy is gone.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else.
Yep, there he is. He's off to our 9 o'clock right now. On a departure.
Yeah.
So he's no factor. Here's pattern altitude, there's your lake. Gonna get some pictures of that. And that tip right there is where I was gonna walk to. That little point.
Highland County, Stinson 95 kilo, number 2 behind downwind aircraft.
There's that Stinson.
23 Highland.
He's back, and he's behind us.
Yeah.
It's a nice campground. Maybe we'll bring camper down here. It's actually open spots.
Traffic, 61 Golf 28 downwind.
Okay, flaps. Oh, it's shallow at this end. That's muddy water.
Yeah.
Don't know if any fish in that or not. Well, I'll find a place somewhere. I hate these airports where the runway is higher than the down. Makes me look like I'm too low.
Highland County 4 Delta Golf, left base 23, full stop. Highland County.
I think my headset's just turned off. The batteries might be dead. The noise reduction part of them went away. I used to carry spare batteries. We'll see if I still do. Oh, that's a nice new runway. They must have just had some work done. Ohio's fixing up a lot of the county airports.
Really?
Highland County, Stinson 95 kilo, left base 23, number 2.
And we're going to try to make this first turn off.
Behind me.
Yeah. Might be able to make the first turn off, but I'm actually a little high over these trees. It's going to float. We're a little fast. It's floating, floating, floating. There we go. Come on. There we go. The uphill slope will help. There we go.
4 Delta Golf, 4 Delta Golf, clear 23.
Highland County, Stinson 95
he was way
kilo, on
behind us.
final,
That's
23, full stop.
It was
Highland.
way behind us. $4.95. That's not all that cheaper than Bolton would have been. Well, at this point, though, I don't need as much. 10 gallons will do it. turbo. He must be burning the gas. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're all gassed up. Getting ready for our 20-minute flight over to Portsmouth, departing runway 23, same runway we landed on. Pretty good success down at the lake. I did find a place that looks like I could fish from, although it's kind of muddy, grimy water. But I did see fish jumping, probably bluegills. And, you know, I'm really not coming to buy fish food to eat. I'm coming to have something to do, you know, that I do with the airplane and can sit by the side of the lake and not look like I'm just sitting by the side of the lake. So it should work. So I didn't bring the fishing pole out this time. When I come down alone, I'll walk on over there and see if there's any fish worth catching. It's just going to be a bobber and a worm, nothing fancy. The water's real shallow. So we got a load of gas, a nice breeze. We're hungry. We're heading over to Portsmouth. I called ahead to make sure the restaurant would be open. And looks like a 19-minute flight.
Probably fixed it.
All right, we're latched. I'm going to do my quick run up. Just to make sure everything's still working. Everything but the brakes, apparently. There we go. Just need a little firmer press. All right, so we got two good magnetos, generators, whatever the hell they got on this thing. Different kind of engine. We're ready to go. Flaps are up. Stick free. Checking that latch again. We're good to go. We're on the frequency, and okay, it's calm air, so it could be both runways.
Highland County traffic, experimental 284 Delta Golf, departing runway 23, Highland County.
I don't see anybody in the pattern. I don't hear anybody in the pattern. Uphill runway. It's like a ski lift kind of thing. All right, and off we go. Ooh, it's wavy, isn't it? Feel that?
Yeah.
Well, we can climb steeper than the runway anyway. Starting to feel the afternoon chop. Probably be a little bumpy on the way back. Lots of boats. Look at all the boats.
Yeah.
It was probably just too early before. It's a very long, it's a reservoir of course, but very long.
Yeah, I can see it.
Long and narrow.
Yeah, I did a lot of water skiing. That would be a perfect day.
Yep. Yeah, water's smooth.
Right. Not anymore. Downhill skiing.
I only ever water skied once, and it was in the Ohio River. And I fell forward and got a mouthful of water. And I had a chronic cough for about 8 months after that. I was taking prednisone. They were giving me everything they could think of and couldn't get it to stop. Might have been just coincidence, but with coincidence with me, you never know.
Right.
I recently decided that if I ever write an autobiography, the name of it is going to be It Sucked to Be Me. And it's because of an awkward coincidence, right? So, like, I was weed whacking my yard for probably the first time in a month and a half because it destroys my back. And I got up close to the air conditioner, and the string trimmer got caught up in the wiring of the air conditioner. So I was like, uh-oh, and pressed on. 2 hours later, the wife's telling me it's really hot in here. Is the air conditioner working? I was like, uh-oh. I broke the air conditioner on a day when it's going to be 98 degrees. She's going to be livid. And it was a Sunday. So I started diddling with it. And I kind of reset the power, and I went out there, and it was humming. And that usually means it's a bad capacitor, because an AC motor needs a little DC to tell what direction to go.
I know exactly.
I was able to get the exhaust fan to work, and she said, oh, you fixed it. I said, well, no, I got the exhaust fan to work. You know, the condenser's not going to work. So Sunday afternoon, she calls the repair guy. They come in Monday morning, first thing Monday morning, which was great. And I'm walking out there. I met the guy at the car. I said, listen, you know, you're going to go fix this air conditioner. Now, if it looks like a broken wire or something like that, your story to her is it was broken by a chipmunk chewing on it. I had nothing to do with it. But of course, it turned out to be the capacitor. So, but that capacitor was working just fine in the morning. I mowed into what I call the blame zone, and it broke. I mean, it's that kind of coincidence that has made my life just ridiculously stupid. So honestly, at times it sucked to be me. So when you see it on, Barnes & Noble, if they're still around, if they outlive me, that's the autobiography you're going to want to read.
So when are you going to start writing it?
Well, I don't know.
Zulu, weather, wind, calm, visibility 10, clear, below 12, thousand, temperature 2, known Celsius 3.23, altimeter 3, 0, density altitude.
All right, we'll hit it right in the middle of what'll make a nice left downwind to 3-6. Wind is calm, so I can land any direction. So we'll just go around and land to the north. Nice breeze, isn't it?
Oh,
Feels
yeah.
good. That'll feel real
Without
good.
that one, we would be cooked.
Yeah, it's 78 now up here. You get a couple degrees lower per thousand.
I think it's
Okay, I thought it was somebody at Portsmouth. We're far enough. We're still 20
I think
miles away.
it's 2 degrees per thousand.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
632 crossing over the departure end for a crosswind to 20.
Okay, 3.7 to go, 500 above pattern altitude. Now 300 above pattern altitude. Runway in sight. There we go.
Getting ready to turn left.
So we'll be left downwind right across that ridge.
And the arrow will be number 2 behind the Bonanza.
On the traffic, 525.
Something busy going on there too. A lot of people landing on that runway. 25, whatever that is, wherever that is.
The arrow has the Bonanza in sight.
What's the runway number here?
What's the question? Oh, 36. We'll be landing due
36.
north.
Going north.
Yep, due north. Portsmouth traffic, 4 Delta Golf is left downwind runway 36, Portsmouth.
Damn, that's a real small runway, like you said. Gee, where?
This one? That's not bad.
No, I mean wide-wise.
Oh,
Yeah, width-wise.
yeah.
Oh, that's a...
3 airplanes at the restaurant, so not crowded at all. Probably everybody's cooking out today.
More than that, no? More
Oh,
than
some are
that.
just parked there, but
Oh, okay.
there's the transient parking in front of the restaurant. Flaps. This is one of the more visually daunting approaches. It's another one where I have trouble letting the airplane come down. Portsmouth traffic, 4 Delta Golf, left base 36, full stop Portsmouth. Nobody departing on 18? Nope, good.
No.
Guy out mowing his pasture.
Don't need oncoming airplanes.
Nope, don't want to see any of that.
Yeah.
Can't tell if he's just starting that mowing or getting close. It looks like he's almost finished. It's working towards the middle.
Yeah.
Ashland traffic, station air 1074 X-ray is 7 miles to the south, inbound left downwind, runway 28 Ashland.
Perfect.
Oh, close. 9.9.
0.8.
Oh, you're taking points off now.
No, 9.98.
Oh, okay. We're drifting closer to
Right,
perfect.
right.
Oh, okay. We're in agreement then. These two are leaving. The Bonanza and I guess that's a small Cherokee. Got their engines running, beacons on, and go to the other side.
2 of them.
That little Cherokee over there, the blue and white one's been sitting there for at least a decade, just rusting into the ramp. I hate seeing that. Probably in a state that just failed to sell. I don't know how that happens.
Oh, look at that. Helicopter.
Yeah, they got life flight based probably for Portsmouth, which is actually pretty far away from here.
Yeah.
And they're not closing that door until absolutely necessary.
You can't blame them.
Yeah, no, I don't blame them. Got to be getting hot in there.
Ashland traffic, station air 7.
All right. This will keep working. We'll be good to go. I mean the camera, not the airplane. All right, here we go. Done with lunch. Clearly, I must have picked up the chocks because the airplane is rolling.
Okay.
Wind looks like we can do anything we want, so we might as well take off to the north.
Okay.
As far as the YouTube folks are wondering what took so long at lunch, we just spent about 5 or 10 minutes talking with a group. What are there, about 7 or 8 of them? Family that sat next to us in the restaurant that interested in airplanes. One of their son/brother, depending on who you were talking to, is taking flying lessons, so they came out to look at the RV-12. Fascinated by it, just fascinated by it. Nice little visit, very friendly people. But you're in Southern Ohio, and that's what you'll find. Friendly people. All right, well, we got a long taxi, and we'll be out here at the end of 36 in a bit. Portsmouth traffic, experimental 284 Delta Golf, departing runway 36 straight out, Portsmouth traffic. Nobody coming in on 18. Nobody coming in on 36. Go. Got the canopy latched. Yep. And trim is set. Yep. Got a direction. We got our destination plugged in. We are clear for takeoff. Three, two, one, liftoff. And a wave.
It's a military style.
That's how you wave to people on the ground. Just a little wing rock. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I do think we might get a little bump.
Yeah, looks like.
When you got that vertical lift like that, making those cumulos, you're going to get some bumps. It doesn't look like it'll be too bad. It's not like they're up to 80,000 feet yet. So give me altitude and head on up. There we go. I got it that time. Got it on the first try that time. It tells you what it's going to do. It's following the GPS. It's going to climb at 600 feet per minute to the altitude that I selected, which is 3,500. So just that's how you read to tell. Do I have everything turned on or not? It'll put it up here to tell you what it's doing.
So you hook it up to your display here, right?
Yeah, it's all part of the same unit.
Oh, it's already incorporated?
Yeah, the logic is, the only thing you have to buy that are optional, and this is Vans. Vans figures not everybody's going to want the autopilot, so they don't make you buy the servos unless you want them. It's a lot easier to install the servos when you're building. So I tell people when they're building, even if you think you're not going to put in the autopilot, install the servo mounts. At least that way when somebody comes to put servos in, they just bolt in, which is still, they're not easy to get at. That's still a pain, but easier than trying to put in the mounts. All the logic is built into this. So I would have the exact same thing. All that logic would be there, I just wouldn't have the servos for the autopilot. And the servos were $750 each, so it's a $1,500 autopilot that does the work of a $15,000 autopilot. It's very efficient.
$750 per unit?
For each servo, and there's only two. There's pitch and roll.
Oh, really?
For the actual servos. The autopilot logic is already in here. So that's all you have to buy. I thought it'd be foolish not to buy them, even if I didn't want them. I mean, come resale, somebody's going to want the autopilot. I mean,
yeah.
And a plane this light, I thought, well, this is a small plane. I'm not going to use it that much. Well, it's a light plane. I use it a lot because this thing will it's just all over the place. And if I'm trying to look at something, like fiddling around with the camera, fiddling around with a map, fiddling around with whatever, let the autopilot do it.
5 mile left base for runway.
Here's the other thing I did. Oh, just say you agree. There we go. This has checklists built in. So I can go to Tools, Checklist, and this is the RV-12 checklist. Dynan did not put this here. They put in the capability to make a checklist, but the way they have you do it is with an Excel spreadsheet. I wrote a C# program, a Windows program, that I just type things in. So if you're doing it one line at a time, you can't do some of the neat stuff I did, like actual paragraphs. I think Engine Start might have an entire paragraph. My knob just fell off. I'm going to have to find that knob. see these paragraphs, as I'm typing in my program, it does the word wrapping for me, which is a lot easier. Anyway.
So you did it in Excel?
No, I don't do it in Excel. I think Excel would be a total pain in the ass.
Oh, okay.
I wrote a Windows program to do it, where you just do it in a window, like a dialog box. Just type it in and save it, and it writes it out to the memory stick. That knob popped off of there, and I'm going to have to find it. That's the first time that's happened. We'll get up to altitude, and I'll fiddle around with it here in another 500 feet.
So that's memory stick. This one here is a memory stick.
Yeah, and that's where so what I do is
the data is.
Yeah.
Aviation language.
Yeah.
028 and taxi to runway 22. Thanks.
Yeah, you got that. So I just turned on the camera because you guys should have heard this. There's a guy, we're monitoring Bolton because we're only 8 minutes out. Guy transmits to the tower, Bolton Tower, tail number such and such. And the tower responds, well, what can I do for you? He says, well, I want to get out of here. Which is apparently a new way of asking for taxi directions. It made me laugh. So we're about 7 minutes out. Not much going to happen between here and we get to the pattern, so we'll take another break here. I'm so very tempted. Old Tower 284 Delta Golf, 7 miles south. We're trying to get in there. I don't think I'll do it, but it's awfully tempting, isn't it? Just trying to get in there.
Yeah, we'll try to park it.
Oh, there we go. Going to have a little weather later.
Okay.
Now yellow means green, you don't see any precip underneath it. Yellow, you might. It doesn't really mean it's rain until it starts getting a little redder than that.
I got a radar on my iPhone, so I always watching.
I always saw, well, if I fly under that, I'm going to get wet. But green doesn't do that. Just means there's moisture, not that it's coming out. All right, I got to call these fellers. Got another guy coming in right here. This should get interesting. Old Tower, Experimental 284 Delta Golf is 6.5 miles south, inbound landing.
Experimental 284 Delta Golf, Bolton Tower into left downwind, runway 22, report midfield, wind calm, altimeter 3027, Bolton Tower.
Enter left downwind 22, report midfield, 4 Delta Golf. I believe that's what he said. The report midfield, I think, is the most important thing to him. Because we got a guy right here. He's going to get there before us. I haven't heard him on the radio yet, though.
I don't see
He may be going over. It's not necessarily landing. He might just be going over because he's up high. He's only about 100 feet below us. I can't turn this damn knob because it fell off of there. But he's headed right for the airport. He'll be over that way.
432
There he is.
Tango, ready for takeoff.
Oh, no, that's it. That's the guy taking off. So this guy we got to watch for. He's above us now.
Bolton Tower, taking your numbers.
432 Romeo Tango, ready for takeoff.
He's the guy that was trying to get out of
432
here.
Romeo Tango, Bolton Tower,
You
roger,
remember
runway
him.
22, cleared for takeoff, stay directional flight.
432 Romeo will be going southwest.
He's way over. He's going over.
Okay.
Now that guy should be 1,000 feet above us, and there he is, right there, up to your left. Got him
Yeah,
between the
I see
two
it.
clouds. There he is. He's just going over.
Okay.
I think he only needs 3,000 feet. A nice view downtown today.
Yep.
We're up to 83 degrees. You feel the difference just losing a couple thousand feet.
Absolutely. Was that sun? I mean,
Yeah.
that's another factor.
Yeah, it's a greenhouse. All right, there's the departure.
Okay.
He got out of there. Didn't have to learn any official aviation speak to do it either. I don't know why I find that so funny. Just trying to get out of here.
22, right?
Yeah. And Bolton Tower, 4 Delta Golf is midfield left downwind 22.
November 4 Delta Golf, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 22, 4 Delta Golf. And the flaps. And power. And trim. No carb heat, isn't that nice? All that stuff you used to have to do?
Right.
A lot easier these days. Harder to learn is, of course, all this stuff because it's different for every airplane. I mean, a VOR was a VOR, right?
Right.
AI was an AI.
Six-pack was six-pack.
Yeah, it is what it was, right? They all worked the same.
Right.
Then you started getting into GPS and LORAN and that stuff. Everybody had their own way of doing it. They get into this stuff, it's even worse. This is nothing like the way a Garmin works.
Yeah, that would be difficult to
And trying to know 2 of them at a time, ugh. Oh, where's that button? Oh, wrong airplane. We land a little long here because we had to clear down to the middle of the runway. I still can't tell which cloud it is. They all look the same, but there he is.
Yeah. How accurate is that thing? That's another
Yeah,
thing.
just means somebody's got a full diaper. I land at those two big solid bars 1,000 feet down. That's where I usually try to land. Because they moved that first turnoff further south, further south.
Right.
Because it was a straight feed in from the ramp. And the FAA was kind of concerned that people come down that ramp, miss the taxiway, and get right out onto the runway, which makes a lot of sense. So they came in and they flattened the runway. It's not wavy like it used to be, and they took out that taxiway. So now I just land a little bit longer. First one was good.
Yeah.
Second one wasn't bad. Haven't let the nose wheel down yet. Holding that nose wheel, holding that nose wheel, holding it.
Less brakes.
There it goes. Like an F-15.
Yeah.
Right out the 3, monitor the ground, straight ahead to park. 4-0. Oh, come on, man. Don't make me do it. He's going to make me do it. All right. Going to play that way, all right?
Full ground 4 Delta Golf off at Alpha 3, taxi to park.
Delta 4 Delta Golf taxi via Alpha to Charlie, monitor ground point 8. Have a good day.
Alpha to Charlie, monitor ground point 8. Have a good day too.
There we go. Okay. Let me get some fresh air in here. There. Whew, that always feels good. That's the best air I ever breathe. It's like, whew. Honestly, if you could put that in a 6-pack, people would buy it. That first cool. All right, here we are, folks. Oh, camera quit. Nope, camera's still working. All right, that's it for today.